What's good, people? It's Uncle Fred. We back in the house, man. Hit that comment, subscribe button, man. Cowboys get a tie. Uh Look, man, I know a lot of people might be a little maybe happy about that because we didn't get blown out. We weren't supposed to compete. We weren't supposed to. I'm like, I guess I guess I'm just built different from everybody else. I don't sign up just to compete. I mean, just to participate, But we're going to talk about that and a whole bunch more. Hang with you, boy.
2 times on the beat, bitch.
Once again, it's Uncle Fred. Uh, Reaction video. Game just finished about 15, 20 minutes or so ago. Maybe 30 minutes ago. It's 12 o'clock, probably like 11, about 11:15, 11:30. Uh, Cowboys get a tie, 40-40. Um, I'm from the old school. Ties like kissing your sister. You're like, yeah, it's a kiss, but yeah, you ain't getting nothing out of that. That's your sister. It's like a platonic. It's not great. I mean, don't feel good about that, right? You don't feel good about that, right? Get a tie. All right, let's unpack this game, man. So I know all the storylines, and of course, now when the game started, because and I guess I didn't come and make no video. And first of all, I guess I'm a freaking coward. I will say it. I'm a freaking coward because we had a pick'em show yesterday. I didn't pick us because I kind of felt like what we got missing from the lineup. Uh, Say I don't know, CD Lamb, best player on our team, not playing. Second best offensive lineman, Tyler Booker, not playing. Third best offensive lineman, Cooper Beebe, not playing. A lot of injuries in the secondary. Diggs got his shoulder dinged up last week. Is in. He didn't start though. Bland coming back from an injury, coming back from the first game since the Eagles game. Um, so you got that going, and and you got Jerry on 105.3, the fan talking crazy. Nobody checks him. Everybody attaboys him for saying the most outrageous and stupid stuff to get other people riled up. You know, and it's not like Micah didn't already have motivation already. He playing us in AT&T on national TV at prime time hour. Yeah, well, we never did win anything with Micah anyway. There's ways that the teams did against us when we had Micah. We didn't win no Super Bowl anyway with him. And so I'm sitting there. When did I don't know. Look, we wish Micah all the success in the world. Just not come Sunday night. And we'll just see what happens. Next question. And just take the classy high road, right? Because that's what every other owner would have done. Ain't no other owner gonna be poking the bear, knowing you got your offensive line is at like 50% strength. What are you doing? And all those people that are around him are like chuckling with him, and I'm sitting there like, I mean, I'd be like, no, dude, you ain't fixing to make my job harder than it needs to be. You need to shut your freaking mouth. But nobody will tell him that because they don't want to get canceled. They don't want to get they don't want to get their uh uh little what you would call it, media passes and credentials pulled and access pulled. It's crazy. So anyway, so nobody so as a result of that, I'm like, man, they're gonna murder us, man. And so and it's not like, I don't feel like we're a competent team. Yeah, when we got all our players, but when we don't have the complement of all of our best players, and you're playing probably the best team we've played all season, and I just didn't think. I was like, yeah, I'm a coward. You didn't pick your own team. I mean, look, I didn't see the, I didn't see no way that they could win the game because you don't have any offensive firepower. You know, that's what I thought. But I guess I did. I low ranked them. I low rated them. So and I will take my stuff for that. But game got kicked off. We took um the Packers win the toss, and of course they get the ball 31-yard line and promptly go. Where did they go? I think they went like 9 plays and 68 yards, touchdown, 2-yard pass. Romeo Dobbs, 7-0. We get the ball, we run it 3 times out of shotgun, which I'm like, I thought we was out of that shotgun run foolishness. Because you don't really get an advantage. The quarterback's in the way when you run it. If the quarterback's not gonna run with it, and we run 3 plays and don't really get anything, punt it back to them. Of course, they go 9, 10 plays, 69 yards. I got it right here. Yeah, it's right here. Uh, yeah, they go first drive. They go 8 plays, 68 yards, 2-yard pass, Romeo Dobbs. Then they go, we punt. Then they go 9 plays, 68 yards, and a 1-yard pass to Romeo Dobbs. This would have been 14-0, but the new safety sheriffs in town said no. What you mean, Uncle Fred? Move this closer. Hope you can still hear me. So extra point, um, blocked by Wanye Thomas, picked up by Marquise Bell. Them two dudes need to be replacing Hooker and uh, Donovan Wilson. But I think Hooker got hurt in the game, so a lot of there's been some Wanye Thomas plays and snaps and stuff to be had. But he scurried down the sideline with a convoy for a 2 pointer. So it's 13-2. And I'm like, fine. Finally get a stop. I think Jordan Love was like 9 of his first 9 or 9 of his first 10 or something like that. But we got him off the field. We get the ball back at our own 5-yard line because there was a penalty. Started on 5. And Dak Prescott finally woke up, because we really had like one first down up until then, right? And uh, we go, yeah, we go 11 plays, 95 yards, touchdown, Dak Prescott, quarterback draw, up the middle, bulldozers into the end zone, kick the extra point. It's 13-9. Okay. And just before the half, we get probably our only sack of the game. James Houston comes around the right end, kind of hits the ball out of Jordan Love's hand and recovers it. And I'm on the group chat with some people, the Cowboy fans or whatever. A lot of them are Dak Prescott haters. Dak got to do this. And I hate to be the one to have to be trying to talk like legitimate football stuff to people that don't really know football. They're just casuals or they just know like um they know the narratives that get kicked out, and they just roll with them. They don't have nuance and stuff. Oh yeah, Dak's just got to be better. That no, no, no. What Dak has to have, Dak needs to have a better team around him. Okay, and so I said, and so for me, and they talked about it, like that's like the first time in like a handful of years they seen Dak go open field, quarterback draw and run it in the end zone. Because I really felt like in Dak's heyday, they kind of like got away from that when Dak was in his athletic powers, his first like 4 years in the league. Like people that don't really know football don't understand a quarterback that can run totally changes the defense that the coordinators can play. Certain coverages you can't play, okay? Because the quarterback can jump out the window on you, right? And it's like when I watch, there's certain things you can't just run up with the Eagles because Jalen Hurts can run out the backfield, can just take off and get 8, 9, 10 yards. So you always got to have somebody. You always got to play man. So you can't play some of this exotic coverages. Now, what they have forced Dak to be is 5 yards behind the center, halfway between the two tackles at all times. That if you know that's where the quarterback's going to be, you can play all kind of exotic coverage, all kind of like zone dogs and zone blitzes where linebackers one will come, the other guy drop back in this short zone, right? Which they would never do that against, some of these other teams that have running quarterbacks because you need as many guys to the line of scrimmage as you can muster, so that he don't run for 15 yards. Even Patrick Mahomes, one of his greatest assets is when you play these exotic coverages and stuff, what you got to play with him, and you leave that middle wide open, he'll just take off and get you 15, 20 yards in a first down. And with us, they have forced that into a round hole from a square peg, in that he never looks to run until it's too late. It's too late to run. It's too late, and usually you get caught. But if you got the mindset, if I don't see what I need, if I don't see what I want, I'm just gonna take off and get first downs. I'm gonna take off and jump over the top and get a touchdown. But if you like, I gotta wait to my progression. I gotta wait for this progression, and then oops, nobody's getting open. Or I'm gonna take off and run, but it's too late. Then you get stopped. So I just thought it was interesting that Chris Collins was here. It's been a while since we've seen that. I'm like, yeah, because they form fitted him into, pocket passer mode. And you didn't get the best, of Dak because there were plays where in games where we lost, when there's one possession games where, he didn't have that option, just take off and just go run because, hey, go through your progression. But anyway, we get a stop and we get a turnover. James Houston recovers it at the 15-yard line. It's about, I don't know, 30 seconds to go before halftime. And what Dak gonna do with it? That like I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna come to the line of scrimmage. I don't see what I like. I'm gonna come to the line, make my checks, cancel, kill. I'm going to this. Comes back and he calls an audible, calls a slant post to George Pickens. Bam! First play, touchdown. We got the lead. It's 16-13. Packers don't get nothing before halftime. And it's 16-13. So I'm talking in the group chat, like, yeah, man, all y'all that always beat Dak up ain't looking at the whole game. You're looking at, well, I mean, the defense can't like make routine plays. It wasn't nothing spectacular Jordan Love and the Packers were doing. They were just running straight routes and guys just couldn't cover guys. Or they would throw screen passes and the linebacker would be there, but oops, I can't make that tackle. Short of the line of the game. And they get the first down. It'd be routine stuff and can't get off the field. Okay. And then when we get the ball to start the second half, we got a couple of first downs. Javonte Williams is not running good, getting like 4 yards, getting 6 yards, throwing it, dumping it off to him. He getting 5 and 6 yards. Then he gets up the perfect play. hits George Pickens on a seam route. Ball hits him right between the three and his in between his hands. And he could have ran for about 6, 7, 8 more yards. And we got it down to like the Green Bay 45-yard line, but the ball goes through his hands. And I'm like, because then we end up getting a penalty for a false start. And it was another, I think maybe got a holding call on that, and that ruins that drive. But if he hangs on to that, we get points on that drive because all we got to do is get past midfield with Aubrey, and it's 3 points. Okay? We don't get no points on that. And of course, Green Bay takes that, go right down, they get a touchdown. Josh Jacobs get in the end zone, touchdown, 20-16. So now Dak got to put his cape on. And I gotta put a cape on because his defense can't stop anything, right? So of course now that goes down because that was a Green Bay gets a touchdown, a 1 yard run by Josh Jacobs, which caps a 9-play, 75-yard drive right after our touchdown, which makes it 23, makes it 20-16. But then right before the end of the third quarter, Dak takes Dallas on a 12-play, 80-yard drive and culminates in an 8-yard pass to Jake Ferguson, right in the middle of the end zone. Okay, on third down, and that makes it 27-23. Okay, and of course now we go to the fourth quarter. Of course we can't stop anybody. Packers go on a 10-play, 80-yard drive, culminates with a 15-yard pass on fourth down from Jordan Love to Romeo Dobbs. That makes it 34-30. Okay. And then with about 43 seconds left, Cowboy Dak takes us on a uh, 4-play, 54-yard drive, culminating on a beautiful, a little, I guess you can call it a stop route in between the corner and the safety, and then he breaks a tackle and runs down the right sideline and busts into the end zone. Touchdown, 43 seconds left. And I'm thinking it's 37-34. And I'm thinking, yeah, we really, I think we, it was 40-37. I'm sorry. And I think we really got a chance there to win the game. But we left 43 seconds left, and we had a fourth down and 6, and we couldn't get off the field. Okay, and we let them, and then we had plays where they threw like a screen pass. The linebackers and stuff had the guy hemmed up, and they let him get between the two of them and get the first down on the right side, on the left side of the formation. And they end up kicking a field goal, to force overtime to make it 37-37. Okay. And it's what it was. And then we get the ball, start the overtime, and we get the ball. And I thought for sure we was gonna get a touchdown. But Micah makes a wonderful play on second down. Nobody's open. Dak gets the right look he wants, but nobody's open, and he decides to take off. Micah comes off his block and just gets his feet and tackles him at the 2-yard line. And then we had an errant throw on third down, so we had to kick a field goal. Like 3 minutes and something left in the game, and I think that's where the fourth down and 6 came from. I think I was wrong, and we couldn't get, and they let Golden get loose on like a 15-yarder, and and of course now run it. They ran it with Jacobs and this other guy. What's this other cat's name? This other running back that because Jacobs got hurt a couple of times. They was looking at his knee. This is other guy. His name is Manuel Wilson. He had 8 carries for 44 yards, and he had some runs and some screen passes. And I'm gonna tell you, um, Jordan Love almost messed up. I think they had a false start there, and that would have been a 10-second runoff, and the game would have been over. But look, hey man, what can I say, man? They threw a pass in the back of the end zone, and it got tipped by Sanborn, and it was a second left. I mean, they almost got out of there we almost got out of there with a win, but Brandon McManus kicks the 2-point kicks the field goal, and we get out of there with a 40-40 tie. So but let me just say this. And we're gonna close the video. I'm just wanting to get my opinions off or whatever. Look, man, my whole problem with this is that I get it. We weren't supposed to be able to be in this game. And that's what I was trying to tell people in the chat I was in. I was like, what y'all not getting is we're not supposed to be in this game. Okay? This is a game we have no business being competitive in, right? Dak is keeping you in this game, and your defense made it where you should have got your asses blown out. Yeah, I'm sorry. I said a word there. I'm sorry. But I'm pissed off about that because we shouldn't have. Dak shouldn't have to play an A-plus game just to get an effing tie. And you got, we make some play, you see Jerry clapping in the owner's box. Don't be clapping. Get some effing defensive help. Every person that you got in the offseason has been an effing disaster. From Kyer Elam, who can't cover me, to Jack Sanborn, who can't cover tight ends, can't cover running backs, can't tackle running backs out the backfield, late on everything. Non-athletic, Kenneth Murray, always going to pick the wrong hole, can't cover nobody, never get the proper depth on tight ends, never. Dante Fowler can't set the edge, always over pursues, lets guys get outside of it, can't make tackles. Who else? They've all been a disaster. Every pickup we've gotten in the offseason has been a freaking disaster. With the exception of Javonte Williams. Miles Sanders hadn't been good either. Okay? Hadn't been good. Okay? So what I want to say, stop clapping in the owner's box, get on the phone, get us some real people, get these people the heck out of here, and quit shopping at freaking Dollar General and get freaking free agents. Get free agents that can actually contribute. Okay? Because right now, you got Dak Prescott playing at an MVP level. Okay? And we're seeing the full range of quarterback in here. Coming to the line, seeing what the defense is going, doing this, looking guys off, coming back over here, getting, and you're wasting those good efforts because the defense is like a sieve. You're wasting it. You're wasting this great play calling that Shoddy and Clayton Adams is coming up with, the formations, the misdirections. They ran a bootleg double reverse thing to Florida. No, I hadn't seen that before. I said Schottenheimer is in his freaking bag, right? And you need that because the defense can't hold a freaking sack of flour. And you're wasting stuff. You're wasting good efforts. That's why I'm upset. Oh, we weren't even supposed to be in that game. That's not the point. Dak Prescott is playing probably the best quarterback of anybody in the NFL right now. And he got one win to show for it. Because you got a piss poor ass defense that can't make routine plays. Look, man, nobody's asking them to be the 2000 Ravens. Ain't nobody asking them to be the 85 Bears or even the 2024 Philadelphia Eagles. Nobody's asking them to do that. But damn, can you get off the field on 3rd and 15? Can you? Can you get off the field on 3rd and 5 some of the time? Do you have to give up the first down on every single daggone possession? Can you not cover nobody? Can you not get misdirected on everything? Can for once you guess the play right and be in position where you're supposed to be? Can we not do that? And it just goes to show how many careers has this front office wasted by not supplying the right stuff. Let me give you an example. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I watched the game today, and I hate to keep going to the Eagles because it's like, hey, why are you obsessed with the Eagles? Because they're in our freaking division. They're the team we've got to be able to overcome if we're trying to get to where we're trying to get to. If we're just trying to be also Rams, then just say that. We're not trying to win, okay? But if you're trying to win, you got to go and shoot for the people that are holding the title, okay? Those are the guys you got to shoot for. Okay, so what you got to do, we got to do what they do better than what they do. So that means we got to team build as good as or better than them, and we got to play, game plan and play as well as they do or better in order to surpass them. Okay, I saw them go to Tampa Bay today in the heat. Jalen Hurts does not complete a single pass in the second half, and they're able to win this game. You show me the game where Dak Prescott in any half could not complete a pass and we don't get run off the field. 0 for 8, no yards in the second half. Meanwhile, your quarterback coming to the line, making line calls, making dummy calls, looking off safeties, coming back to this way, going back to that way, coming to the line, seeing what coverage they're in, check, 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 come back to total quarterback package. You got a ton of crap on his plate. He can't go a whole half and not complete a freaking pass. We would get beat 25-0 if he was able to do that. Meanwhile, I can crap the bed in the second half, and my defense, my special team, because they had a block something, punt, whatever, for a touchdown today too. The other parts of the game will catch you when you fall because it's a team game. That's what people don't understand. All of the wins and losses, oh, that's the quarterback. He can't get it done. And they failed to realize that, oh, this offensive lineman missed his line assignment. You had Leah foul hitting a guy 5 seconds after a play is broken up, getting a personal foul where you had to stop. Okay? It's little boneheaded things like that. Is George Pickens missing the? George Pickens made some hellified catches tonight too. Now, I'm not knocking him at all. I'm just saying, at that particular play, the start of the third quarter, that drop was huge. Just like the drop last week that caused the interception was huge. Okay, you can't make those plays, right? But the play that led to that, I think it was that first touchdown where he caught that one down the sideline and went out of bounds at the one. Oh my gosh, that 28-yarder down the left sideline. Oh my gosh, him having the body control to get his feet down. Turpin had one of them today. Tolbert had one of them today that led to the touchdown. They tied it. That went to put us ahead before the end of regulation. Dak was in duress, fleshed out to his right, threw it off his back foot. Tolbert was actually in the end zone, had to come up and catch that. Caught it, got his feet in bounds, went out of bounds at like the 4-yard line, ended up getting the touchdown. And when we go up 37 to 34, I think. And but maybe this is what we got to do because it's been said, because there's been a lot of conjecture in the Cowboy community about should we use them 2 picks we got from the Packers, or should we just wait and just draft players? Basically punting on this season and say, well, we'll just go back to next season. It's like we'll waste another year of Dak Prescott making whatever money he's making and waste that time, waste that year, okay? Waste another year of CD Lamb, okay? Because you don't come back next year and everything is a given, you know. Ask the Arizona Cardinals that. Ask the New York Giants that, who lost what's the running back's name? God, I can't think his name, from Arizona. And then Malik Neighbors, having an ACL tear today. His season's over with. You never know what he'd see. That's why you got to make use of every season that you can. You can't punt on a season. To me, them punting on last season was unforgivable, because you never know. Oh, we just go back next year and have with money, and we'll just start over. Yeah, but you don't know who might get hurt. Like, we got CD Lamb hurt. He's gonna miss 4 weeks. See, you didn't bank on that while you're sitting on $40 million of cap money. So how you can sit on $40 million of cap money and watch your defense not be able to stop a cold, catch a cold, stop an out route, stop a screen pass. They ran the same damn screen pass over and over, and nobody could stop it. Because the first guy not making the tackle was just crazy, man. And it's like, you saw Dak, like, he's fired up when he scored. He's like, yeah, oh, yeah, I forgot. I ain't got no defense. And for you to sit up in your press box and clap, like, oh, that was a game, and not realize you wasting your quarterback's efforts, it's just unforgivable. That's shameful as a front office. And if there was a way for fans could just vote somebody out the front office, I would do that. I would vote Jerry and Stevens' ass out the front office right now. Get some people in there that are trying to win, not just trying to make headlines. So, no, I'm not happy we got the tie, because I thought Dak Prescott would play well enough. I thought Schottenheimer called a good enough. Had a little lull there, huh? But yeah, so let me go through this stuff here. Cowboys got a 40-40 tie. We had several chances to win the game. Dak made throw after throw, play after play. Defense took turns trying to give it back at a 4th and 6 at their own territory, and they couldn't get off the field. Um, Gave up a 15-yard pass to Golden. Now we won 2-1. I just don't know where we go from here. I know we play the Jets next week. They're 0-3 right now. They play tomorrow night against the Dolphins. Yeah, I'm happy it wasn't a loss, but I feel like we let this one really get away from us. But we just can't get basic stops. I mean, basic defenses get off the field when it's 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 10. Let me show you something. Go to the stat sheet here. Thought I saw this somewhere. The Green Bay Packers had 32 first downs. Did you hear what I said? 32 first downs. Now, we had 26, but I feel like we had to manufacture ours. I think we was handing them theirs. Um, Packers had 489 yards of offense, 325 yards passing. Nobody threw any interceptions. Packers also had 164 yards rushing. We also had 11 penalties, 95 yards, uncharacteristic. We kind of been pretty good penalty-wise this year. I think we're averaging like 4 or 5 a game, which I'll take that every year. I mean, this is the tail of the tape right here. This is what shows you. This is how you can't win games, right? This just shows you how good Dak Prescott is good at masking our defensive inefficiencies, and how you just going to sit back and just let it play itself out, right? We just hope we get guys back from being injured, right? We'll get Ravel back, or we'll get Overshown back, or we'll get Diggs will be back 100%. Bland be back 100%. Those kind of guys. Josh Butler will be back 100%. We'll get those guys, man. We'll just hope. Or we can go out and get Justin Simmons, who's out there. But we need safety help. So our safeties are terrible. Our starting ones anyway. Okay. We can go get now. I've been hearing about Jeffrey Simmons from the Titans, a playmaking defensive tackle. Yeah, I'd make that move. Because your quarterbacking and your offensive play calling is good enough. And once we get CD back, yeah, we're going to be hard to stop. But we got to be able to stop people. I mean, just to be able to get off the field on random things is all we're asking for. The Packers were 10 of 14 on third down. Now, it's hard enough to stop teams on a regular basis. I did a video last night about my Alabama Crimson Tide, and I said that's how we won the game, because they were, I think, 14 of 19 on third down, 12 of 19 on third down, which is roughly, 2/3, 66, 67% on third down. You're not going to lose many games when you give up 60% on third down, because you're only supposed to get about half of those. Less than half. Okay? We only got 4 of 11, which is normal. That's what you're normally supposed to get. Now, if we'd have held the Green Bay Packers to a 4 of 11 on third down, we'd probably win this game by a couple of touchdowns. You're wasting superhuman efforts. And I'm not like everybody else. I don't like to waste nothing. Okay? But anyway, I'm gonna get back to my screen here. I just wanted to show y'all what we gave up, how egregious the defense was. Let's go to game balls. I know we wanted to. We got the Jets next week in MetLife Stadium. Jets gonna be hungry for a win. That's an Aaron Glenn team, which they're gonna be physical. They're gonna be smart. Not as talented as Green Bay, obviously, but they're on the road. I don't know, man. Had we won this game, I'd feel real good. We could be 3-2. And I kind of like our chances. We got Carolina after that. Then I think the Commanders, then Denver. I think that's how it goes, something like that. And I kind of would feel, but by that time you get some of your guys back, and you can kind of roll a little bit. Okay. Dak Prescott. Here's some stats. Yeah, like I said, if we don't make some kind of move for defensive help, this season is lost. No, because it don't matter how well Dak Prescott's on pace to throw for 45, 46, 4,700 yards and about 35, 40 touchdowns. Probably like 6, 7 interceptions. And we'd be 7-9, 7-10, 8-9, and not make the playoffs. And it's a crying shame that you would do that with sitting on the money that you're sitting on and sitting on the draft picks that you're sitting on. It's a crying shame. And just try to say, oh, we'll just run it back next year with the same guy. Next year might not be the same. Somebody might get hurt next year. Okay, you could go and make a move for another running back, because I love Javonte Williams, but he is a run through your face type running back, a la Marion Barber. Them kind of guys don't last long in the NFL. You need another guy to change his pace up a little bit and to spell him, because late in the season he's gonna have shoulder injuries, hip injuries, shin injuries, ankle injuries. From the attrition of taking on all those hits, because he's not running around nobody. Javonte Williams wants to run through your freaking face mask every play, and I love that about his approach. Let me give you some more stats. Dak Prescott, 31 of 40, 329 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 1 rushing touchdown. George Pickens, spectacular. Did have that 1 drop, 8 catches, 134 yards, and 2 touchdowns, including that 28-yarder and then that 34-yarder, I think. What was that he had? He had. Let me go back. Uh, I had it pulled up right here. Yeah, hit the box score here. Let's see. Yeah, George Pickens was 8 catches, 134 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. Trying to see where the box score. Yeah, here it is. It was sitting there with me the whole time. I don't know why I didn't see that. It was right there. Yeah, George Pickens had his longest being 28 yards, but I thought his last touchdown was longer than 28 yards. I think they got that wrong. I'm sure they got that wrong. Let me see there. They got that wrong, man. I'm pretty sure they got that wrong. I guess it was 28 yards. Seemed like it was further than that. Okay. All right. I thought it was further than that. That means he had a 28 and a 26. I think he had a 26 in the first half down the left sideline. Caught it before he went out, before it got in the end zone, and we ended up getting a 1 yard touchdown run. But yeah, he had eight catches for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I feel good for George Pickens. Now, one good thing I did get out of this game is I feel like Dak and George Pickens have a connection. I think Dak knows he can throw it up over along the sideline, and George Pickens not only will he go up and get the football, but he'll come down and get his feet in bounds, and he'll have good body control. That's something you can't teach. Either you got that or you don't. Pickens has got that. That's something we haven't had since early Michael Gallup, right? Um, the body control, the contortion type catches, got great speed, good, good physical because he's 6'3", like 215. He's a big guy, right? And to go with CD when CD comes back, man, that's gonna be hard to stop. And then the running of Javante Williams, if we could just get Jaden Blue activated, I think that'll be a help. For whatever reason, he can't get a jersey. I don't even know if he got a jersey today. I don't even know if he played, but anyway, George Pickens 8 for 134. Jalen Tolbert, I beat on Jalen Tolbert a lot, but Jalen Tolbert had a catch on that duress throw that Dak threw late in the fourth quarter. He had 4 catches for 61 yards, including that 34-yarder, and got his feet in. I thought there's no way he got his feet in, but he got his feet in, right? And then Jake Ferguson, I thought he had a nice game as well. He had 7 catches for 40 yards. Not a lot of yardage, but he did end up getting Dak's first touchdown throw of the night, and and that's the first touchdown he's had since like 23. First touchdown he had. The last time he touched the end zone was against Green Bay in the same end zone in that playoff game when they beat us 48-32. I actually watched that game the other night. I think it was Friday night after work. It was on the NFL Network, and I watched it. I don't know why I do that to myself, sit there and watch that crap, but I did. I sat there and watched that. Um, Javante Williams, 20 carries, 86 tough yards, 4.3 yards a carry, and 1 rushing touchdown. Okay. So yeah, I'm happy we didn't lose, right? So it's sort of the same thing like the first, because 3 of the 4 Cowboy games, the first 2 games, and then this last game, you come away feeling away. First game against the Eagles, you felt good because you were supposed to look lost, but you're like, damn, if CD don't drop 4 passes, or if Miles Sanders don't drop that run, that handoff in the red zone, we would probably win that game, right? Same thing with the Giants. We win it, But damn, we give up almost 500 yards to Russell Wilson, and then he gets benched the next week because he comes back to earth because that's the way he's supposed to have been playing, right? We play the Bears and we really don't show up defensively at all. Okay. And then we play the Packers, which we ain't supposed to even register. We ain't supposed to even bust a grape in, and we really should have won the game if the defense can just do regular stuff. So I guess what I'm saying is there's been this thing about should the Cowboys just not waste them picks going after players to save this lost season. And I'm like, the way Dak's playing, it's not a lost season. You can just get him a little bit of defensive help. I think we can do something this year. You can just get him a little bit of defensive help. Get him some pass rush. Get him somebody competent in the secondary. Okay? Maybe we can do something. No, we don't want to waste them picks. But maybe this good showing tonight will force the Joneses to be like, well, you know what? Maybe we should make a commitment to getting some extra stuff rather than rolling this $38 million of cap money over into next year. Because that's what they want to do. And not make any more financial commitments. Okay. As if they're not playing the Eagles or the Commanders or the Rams and none of those teams. They're playing as if you don't have to compete against those teams. They're actually competing against themselves. Anyway, man. Any chats tonight, man? I'm through with this game. I'm through. Cowboys get a tie. They kiss their sister. Wasted 329-yard passing game by 3 touchdowns, no interception game by Dak Prescott. Got 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions now. And, is what it is. But anyway, don't really have no more much to say on this game. It looked like it was going to get away from us early because it looked like it was going to be 14-0. But here comes Wanye and Marquise. Got the tip, block, extra point, and the return. And I think that gave us a spark because the next time when we got the ball, we went 95 yards and got back in the game. Then we got the strip sack fumble from James Houston, and then we got the 15-yard touchdown to Jake Ferguson, and we got the lead at halftime. For the most part, we led most of this game. Okay, so anyway, man, I don't know. If you're watching the video, I will say this as we close, and I know a lot of people will watch this video afterwards, after I post it. If you watch the video, just like the video, because it's not like I'm talking about harming people or nothing on here. I'm talking about Cowboys, and obviously you got this video because you like the Cowboys too, or otherwise you wouldn't be on this channel. So if you watch the video, just hit the like button. I mean, it don't cost anything. And then what it does, it triggers the algorithms to more people to, it's cowboy content right here, and people don't understand how much, and how little effort it takes just to hit the like button. You don't even have to really like it. Just hit it because, hey, somebody else might like this. And that's the least you can do to help the channel along, man. If you ain't going to send money, the like is like sending money, Hate to stand on the soapbox like that, but I mean, it's easy just to make a like. When I see a video of somebody that I watch, I just like it. Just hit the like button. I just don't know why it's so hard to do that. Just hit the like button. It's just like, coming in somebody's house and don't, you go in the refrigerator, don't acknowledge the person that's in the house. You open the video, you see somebody in there and they're coming, they're making content. They're doing content for your entertainment. Hit the like button. Nothing to that. Very least, hit the cash app. It's a cash app up there. You got to do it, but I mean, it's up there. I mean, you can do that. You don't have to, but damn, you can hit the like button. all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all the brother's saying. But that's all I got, man. From the desk, Uncle Fred, Cowboys. I was hoping I could get a Cowboys victory thing. Come on here with drinking my water, talking about how good the water tastes. Instead, I gotta talk about dang, I had to kiss my sister. I ain't even got one. Anyway, man, that's all I got, man. From the desk, Uncle Fred. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Become a part of the Uncle Fred Sport Experience. Yeah, you can subscribe too. That's also too. If you watch the video, you know me. Just hit the subscribe button. You ain't even got to like the Cowboys. Just subscribe to help me. Yeah. Anyway, man, catch you guys in the next video. Y'all take care. God bless. Cowboys get a tie. There you go, sis.
Two times on the beat, bitch.